And we are live. Guys, it's been some time and I didn't do lives on my profile for a while. Busy, life is happening, but I need to fix this. I need to come back and give you more valuable information. So today I'm a bit inspired. I had calls with two amazing clients today, and both of them spoke about hunger. One of them talked about something else. So I really wanted to go and just share my experience and my excitement, and like, here it comes. So almost every single client that comes to me, and like most people come from Western diet that is rich in carbohydrates and fats, and essentially it's all the same food. But when we look at that, right, like most people, what do they eat? It can be pizza, it can be bread, different pastries, cookies, whatever you call, but in the end it all comes to the same thing. It's grain, it's made of grain, it's wheat, right, and things like that. And although people think that it's a variety of food like pasta and what you give, in the end it's all coming down to almost one or two main ingredients with different additions. And when we start working with someone, or we are on the call before we start working together, I usually explain that what I do helps you as a person to live very flexible lifestyle. It's not a jail, and you can actually enjoy your food because you're not going to be eating some special product, some keto foods. What give you will be eating real foods. And real foods are, it's meat, it's fish, it's vegetables, eggs, seafood, it's plenty. And every single time, almost, of course, I get response, oh, but then I have nothing to eat. And when I say, what do you mean? It's always like, oh, but I will miss my croissant for breakfast, and my chocolate for after dinner, and my cookie with the coffee. And also, if I take that food away from me, I will be very hungry. And sorry about the beeping. We have a puppy here and she plays. Okay, I'm in charge of her. And it's really hard to sometimes to convert a person saying that there will be no hunger. Okay, when we take away that food, you still will not be hungry. And the person says, how? Because I eat all of that, right? You take that away, there's nothing for me to eat. And who will be, if I eat chicken or fish or whatever, I'm going to starve. I need my cookie, I need my bread. And the truth is that I tell to every single person that let's talk about that in a week. And in a week, most of the time I get the response, oh, like, Julian, can I please eat less? I can't eat that much. And why? Right? And I always go back and say, oh, like, James, Nina, right? Like, my clients, what did you tell me 2 weeks ago? Remember? Do you remember that you told me that you will have nothing to eat and you will starve? That's not the case. What's happening? When you are eating foods that are very yummy, and sorry about the beeping, and tasty, right? You also consuming a lot of sugar, and what sugar does, it causes you jump in blood sugar and then crash. And when it crashes, you want to eat. So what people typically do, they go and eat more, right? Because they have energy crash. So all the time it's constant up and down. You eat more, you're fine for a while, maybe you stuffed yourself, maybe you're just full, maybe you are actually not hungry anymore, which is usually not the case because satiety comes 3 hours after a meal and not while you're eating. When you're eating, it's actually being full, which is not a good thing. Then you spend 2 hours and then it crashes again, and then you snack, then you eat something, and it's constant loop where people eat, getting hungry. Sometimes in the middle they also get very tired and they want to sleep in the afternoon. That's deep crash, in energy because of the sugar. And then they have their dinner, it crashes again, they go to sleep, boom, ditto. Never ending loop, not healthy at all. But we're talking about hunger here. So hunger is not happening when you do not have sugar and eating enough of protein. When you do that, you're actually keeping your satiety hormones up, and sometimes it's really hard to eat all the food that you actually need to eat. Although on the caloric value scale, it might be a really small amount of food. And this is what I teach my clients to eat. Get rid of calorically dense foods, get rid of the sugar, get rid of the hunger, and learn how to eat properly, which will allow you to eat anywhere at any point, and you will not be hungry as well. So that's one thing, and I think that's very, very important. Do not be afraid to go and change your lifestyle to a healthy one, because when you eat right, you will not be hungry unless you get to very, very low body fat percentages, which we're not discussing here. Okay, that's a different topic. Another thing I wanted to talk about a little bit, it's what happens to your blood sugar levels. And this is because I spoke to someone else who came to me a month and a half ago. And essentially what that person said, yes, I'm diabetic, I have diabetic levels of sugar, but I just want to lose weight. Like, I want to lose as much weight as possible. This is my goal. And to me, it's never a good reason just to lose X amount of weight. For me, a goal for my clients, even they sometimes don't have that goal by themselves, is not that number on the scale that they want to lose, is the ultimate health status that they can reach. And it's really hard to explain it to the person who is locked on the scale, but most of the time, with a little bit of effort and a little bit of progress, people see changes in their health and they get it. All right, so specifically, month and a half passed, and with that amazing client, what we've seen, his sugar went from 7 diabetic to 6.1 pre-diabetic, and that is amazing. Okay, the goal was just to lose weight. As a result, we have 12 pounds gone, and we have status switched from diabetic to pre-diabetic. And I'm sure if when he goes and checks that in 3 months, he will not be pre-diabetic as well, because what we are doing together is going to fix that. He's also working out, he's also lifting now, so that helps a lot. Lifting makes you non-insulin resistant while you're working out and for longer term. And hey Susan, great to see your comments, and you're totally right. The goal of anyone who knows what they're doing should be optimal fitness and optimal health. But for many people, it's not just there, because if you don't know what it is, you can't have that as a goal. If you don't feel those changes, it's really hard. So including myself, right? When I started doing this a long time ago, I just wanted to lower my cholesterol. I didn't have that idea of global fitness, health, and whatever, because I didn't know what it is. I didn't know like the processes. I didn't know anything. It's easy to say it now, right? So, and yeah, the goal should be long-term health and feeling best. It's amazing. But again, you can't have that goal of feeling best or feeling amazing, at least not for everyone, if person already thinks they feel okay. You know how many times, like I'm talking to a person that they say, oh, like I'm good, like I have no problems. Medically, everything is fine. And then you dig and they say, oh yeah, but like it's almost pre-diabetes and fatty liver enzymes are there, but it's not out of the charts, so to them they are healthy. And maybe they are not feeling, ideal, but they never felt much better, so they simply don't know that they don't feel well. It's only when you get to the place where actually feel amazing, you can say, oh, I actually never felt this way. Now I feel amazing. This is how I want to feel. But most people who are walking out on the streets and driving in their cars all over, they have no idea how that feels to feel good. So they can't wish for that, right? So when you improve in your health, gradually you also get to the point, to that insight, like, yes, this feels amazing. This is how I want to feel long term, and this is why everyone should be working out. Everyone should be eating right for their goals. But here's another interesting thing that I want to bring up, since we're on this topic. Many people have the goals, right? And when they come to a coach, they have those goals. Good coach will not say, okay, let's get to you to your goal. Good coach will unpack it, see what's actually under the hood, and say, this is where you should be going, and not where you want to, right? I hear a ton of things in different Facebook groups and different, like articles, or like people come to me and say, oh, like, I know what's good for me, I know what's good for my body, yada, yada, yada. But it's actually like saying, oh, like, I eat until my body feels that I'm full, I'm satisfied. But no one actually knows what's good for them unless they're actually someone who understands in that, right? It's like being on drugs and feeling great. Is that good for you? No. But do you feel great? Amazing, right? So feeling good is very subjective. Knowing what's good for your body, super subjective. And just as like eating to satiety is something very subjective as well. I go to a restaurant and they give me a very small plate with a little amount of food, but plate is full. I eat, I enjoy, I don't expect more, I feel full and happy. If they would give me same plate with same amount of food at home, I would be super pissed and stay hungry. Because why? It's not that it was enough or not enough food. It just, I expected that amount and not more because I went to expensive restaurant and maybe I visited that before. At home, I wanted more food just because I'm home and I have more availability. So my satiety depends on more psychological cues, like the size of the plate and color of the plate and the amount of food and how the food is put on the plate, more than to actually, is it filling, is it nutritionally good food and things like that. A lot of that is in our head. But I really, Susan, thank you so much for the feedback. I'm great. I'm happy to see your comments. All right, guys, that was very small and short one. I hope that it was helpful to someone. Please let me know, what do you think, what feedback you have on that, and how else I can help you. And of course, I'm always here for your questions. So till next time, have a great day.